G'day viewers, well today I'm going to fix this good old 80s retro clock radio. Now apparently this thing doesn't work. I tested it just when I got it, and only the buzzer works and the display comes on faintly. And it's got a nice blue LED display, kind of like that. It's got the good selection of the time. You got the seconds, slow or fast. So if you're impatient with setting the time, you can just speed it up. Kind of like that setup with this, so get a rag here. Yeah, I couldn't get the radio to work, only the buzzer worked and that's it. Nothing else worked at all, so I'm going to start pulling this thing apart and finding what's wrong with it. It's a Victory brand. I'd say it's, well, he reckons it, the owner reckons it's sat in the Caravan for 20 or odd years. So yeah, it's gotten weather damage. Well, not so much out in the weather, but after heat. So it's gotten coated in absolute filthy. It's coated in dirt and crud, so see if this has probably got some bad capacitors in the heat. It might have bad solder joints too, so let's get this thing apart. Okay. See if she comes apart. Okay, a bit hard. It's a Hong Kong made unit, so a lot of the stuff made in Hong Kong was good back then. Still use Japanese components. Victory's a brand. So these are considered to be cheap. These back in the day were considered cheap shit. Now though, they're pretty good quality now. For today's standards, this is probably the best clock radio you'll get. Alright, let's try and get this thing apart. Camera off here. Okay viewers, it's actually a vacuum fluorescent display. That's interesting. I haven't seen that in a while. It's a blue vacuum fluorescent display. Very interesting. 47 ohm, it actually tells you the ohm rating of the capacitors. Yeah, Shin 10 microfarad, 10 volts, 470 microfarad, 1, 2, 3 electrolytics, 5. They aren't all bulged out, they could be just, hang on, I found something here, resistor's gone open there. It's being cut, so someone's done something here. This radio might have been modded, someone's cut that resistor there, near that IF can. Got a Mo brand capacitor there next behind the display. 220 microfarad, 35 working volts. Everything's good there, nothing's just all full of crap. There's its speaker. Prosper, made in Taiwan, 0.5 watt. Just all weird. Moisture damaged. Looks like there's bits of coffee or something in here. Let me get that resistor resoldered, see how she works. Give these controls good contact clean, because I know this AM/FM switch can cause a radio to play up and not work. Give it all a clean, check the solder joints and see how she works. So yeah. Okay viewers, well everything works but the dial light. I like how this thing really comes apart. Little almost like miniaturized chassis, so to speak. That's on a little plastic chassis, this is on a separate little plastic chassis. Little burnt spot in the corner, but the display works pretty good. That's on a separate dismountable printed circuit board. And a transformer and a speaker. Now these are bloody filthy. This stuff is, I think it's coffee. This is almost like it's been soaking in a box of coffee or something. It's just sticky and it smells strongly of coffee. So these are going to go straight in the sink. Hot water and soap and just clean that bloody thing right up. It'll also look really nice too, so get the buttons to polish. I've soldered that resistor. That works. that switch got to be fixed. It's got to clean it right up, and she'll look bloody good. I kind of like the vacuum fluorescent display in these other clock radios. I'm guessing it's all made by Victory, this radio, so I reckon it's probably about, I would say, probably 84, 85 era. Mid to late 80s, I reckon. This was made, so put this screw back. I didn't need to take this one out. Let's get these things clean out, see how clean they come. Okay, viewers, well, just gave this thing a wash in the sink with some hot water and detergent, and she looks bloody brand new. And this is pretty damn good quality for something you buy in a supermarket back in the 80s. I mean, to find a modern clock radio as good a quality as this one just costs you a fortune. I mean, for something you buy in a supermarket, it's just considered to be pretty damn good quality. That of a top of the range clock radio nowadays. It's not quartz driven either, so it just uses this microprocessor to do the clock. No quartz in there. I also found out someone redneck modded it with some blue cellophane behind the in front of the display, so it would light up blue. Gave me the impression of blue LED display, so I might stick that in my clock radio. My clock radio look good with a normally with a red LED display. Put blue cellophane, might come out purple. That might look pretty cool. But yeah, that's kind of cool to use for vacuum fluorescent display back then. There's where they sucked it, twisted it off. Kind of reminds me of a modern day plasma TV display panel. They work, they're very similar to how these work. Except these don't need a high voltage, I think. No, they don't. Let's check everything here. Yeah, gotta clean these electronics up and put it back together. And here's got an equivalent here, a circuit board only though. That's a circuit board out of a modern clock radio. Probably cost you $10 from Coles. It was a new tech. Coles heap of crap. Sounded like crap. Didn't pick up much stations. Look at the difference. I'll be keeping the old one, stuff for new ones. It's all generic stuff. This is all good quality stuff. So yeah, I'm going to clean it and put it back together. Okay, viewers. Damn those direct drive Chinese air compressors allowed. Just gave this thing a good wash with some methylated spirits. Methylated spirits is pretty good to bathe electronics with, so gave it a good wash of that. Got all that coffee crap off it, and I blew it all dry. It's got a Futara 5LT16, made in Taiwan vacuum fluorescent display. Like most of the parts, they're all made in Taiwan, so yeah. What this has had those days was crap, but nowadays most of the parts in here are considered quite actually good quality, so it was actually a good quality set. 3-tapped transformer. SUT or something the brand is. Mo brand electrolytic. LHC brand electrolytic there. LHC. Lin.Shin brand electrolytic. TFK TDA 1083/2 That's the provides the audio for the speaker. It has a couple of other functions with it too to run the radio as well. So a hybrid IC. There's a transistor there, one there. Very simple little circuit. It's a Harvester Sun Parts Co Limited brand tuning capacitor. That got a good blowout. It's got a bit of contact cleaner in the switches and the electrical connection, so let's put this back together. This thing looks bloody brilliant now, so let's reassemble it and see if she still works. Okay viewers, I've got the back on the bottom half of the casing. Now let's see if this thing still works. Should still work. Let's go plug this cord in and give it a test. Gotta love the old vacuum fluorescent display radios. try to get this plugged in here. There you go. These vacuum fluorescent displays really do remind me of a plasma TV display panel, because they look very similar, have traces going through them and lines, and have this flat, and it has this little thing at the back, an aluminium plate that covers it, goes around that and covers it, reinforces the back of the panel, and has that where they take the vacuum out and then they twist it and the glass melts, except with plasma display panels I think they put some sort of plasma gas inside. But yeah, I reckon, I don't know, this must have something to do with just plasma display panels, because they look bloody similar how they work, these things, or they don't need a high voltage to work. But yeah, who knows, they might be linked in some way. Yeah, look at that, nice and bright. Let's turn the radio on, eh? Yeah, I think snooze, is it? Buzzer. This puts a hum through the speaker. Don't tell you what that switch does, it only just says buzzer and that's it. Buzzer, alarm and on radio. I wonder what the alarm sounds like on this. These have core alarms, these old radios. Does that say 6:91? That's not the time. 6:91 AM or PM. Yeah, it's not working properly, damn it. There you go. Now it will work. Oh, that loud as it goes. Yeah, you can't beat the antique radios. Okay, well, it doesn't pick up what I wanted it to pick up. I think this station is actually back here, at 96 somewhere. It's about there, I think. Now it goes overboard. It's not very loud though. I don't know why it's saying 692, it should be 632. That's just kind of funny. Cool. Seconds. How do you bloody set the clock on this thing? Yeah, the alignment's all up the shit. That 97.9 station was all the way up here. So, the alignment's all crap. Buzzer off, radio on. I think there's something wrong with this, the radio's not working too good. That's as loud as it goes. I am then. I don't know, it's not working properly. Capacitor's bottomed out. Dials all up the crap here. Oh well. It was right there, so that spot on there. Yeah, that's actually supposed to be back here. The IF's gone up the crap on this one. That doesn't get in it. How very loud. Some of those contacts bypass when they get really loud. It must be off. Mine must be asleep or snooze. No. Snooze is that one. Okay viewers, I'll put this thing back together. This thing's obviously been in the sun in a hot caravan or something all its life, and not really working too good, so yeah. Okay viewers, before I continue putting this back together, I've noticed something here. There's these little brass inserts. They're actually bolts, not screws, holding this together. It's all about brass inserts. That's kind of cool. So there's counter self-tapping into plastic. It's actually got brass inserts embedded into it. That's actually kind of cool how they did that. That's kind of faulty, the buttons have to be cleaned. But yeah, I'll continue this later folks. Okay, now it's time for a test. 12:41 PM, I'll set the alarm then. Can't get the alarm to work on this. I love the sound of alarms on old clock radios, but it doesn't want to work on me. So, which is not very good performance for a radio. I think the electrolytics might be on their way out from the heat. Yeah, this thing's been sitting in the caravan for the last 20 years. I'd say that caravan's been getting pretty damn hot, like an oven, with all the past summer over the last 20 years. That's kind of cool, vacuum fluorescent display. A weak station there. Try AM. This thing needs a lot of help, I think. I think it needs electrolytics. They've probably been cooked by the sun, so yeah. So yeah, that's it for now. It's all cleaned up. I'm off for change electrolytics viewers, so yeah. Thanks for watching.